What up? Lou here. Lou Know It reviews and etc. Um, with a review for the new movie Spiral, which I forget the subtitle exactly. It's like in the world of Saw, from the world of Saw, something like that. So it's essentially part of the Saw series, sort of a spin-off. I'm gonna do no spoilers in the beginning, and then I'll do spoilers at the end. So if for anyone who watches this who's looking for like a recommendation, you can just watch the beginning part. But it's billed as um, a Jigsaw copycat, so I don't. That's not a spoiler really. That's in the marketing and trailer and everything. So this movie was produced by Chris Rock along with the two original Saw people. Saw was written by James Wan, and I forget who the co-writer was. It was the guy. It was the guy who played the kid in the original Saw. He was the co-writer and producer. James Wan. I think that's where he got his big sort of break as a director. I forget. He had a couple other ones early on, Dead Silence or something like that. But Saw was the first of his movies that was like real successful. So, without the spoilers, just like basic overview. I liked it. I thought it was. I thought it was. It was better than expected. It only had like a 50%, 50 something percent audience score. I think 30s critic score. I mean, critics horror movies I never expected to be high, but I'm surprised the audience score wasn't higher because honestly, this one was easily for me the. I've seen all the Saw movies multiple times because I rewatched a bunch of them recently. Like I think almost the whole series recently, and this one was the best one since the first one. So it's definitely hard R, pretty gory at parts. Probably on the gorier side, even for for the series, maybe. Although the series gets pretty gory throughout, except for the first one. The first one wasn't particularly gory. So it's it's yeah, like I said, to me it's the best one since the first one. It's a solid like 7 out of 10. If you judge it within the series and genre, maybe even like an 8 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 movie. Like not like hugely rewatchable and everything, but like I said, the best. I mean, the Saw series has been, they've made like 8 of them, 7 of them, and this is the best one since the first one. So I liked it. Chris Rock was good in it. It's always a little hard to take him seriously as like because he's so well known as a comedic actor and stand up and everything. But he was good as the sort of lead. Samuel L. Jackson plays his dad. He was solid. Rest of the cast was solid. One of the things I liked a lot about it was like the traps felt truer to the earlier Saws. Like, if you know the series, you know that like originally it was set up as like this sort of penance. This guy Jigsaw is like decides to people that have like done wrong. He puts them in a position where they kind of have to like choose between sacrificing some aspect, usually like of themselves, like you have to cut away a certain you have to like cut off like some body part to escape or whatever, and you have to like decide, are you gonna just are you willing to like go through the pain of whatever thing you have to like get rid of or do to yourself in order to escape, or are you just gonna like just die? And it's even like, so in this movie it's sort of like even tied in with like what he's what you've done. So like if if you've told a lot of lies, are you gonna like cut off your tongue to survive, or are you just gonna die? So so in like a lot of the later movies, it just became about torturing people. First of all, like there was like they went through several Saw sort of killers, like apprentices. One was an apprentice. I think both of them were apprentices. But either way, like it was multiple killers after the original Jigsaw in the Saw series, and it got to the point where like I know one of them. It was even a point, like a plot point that like the killer was actually did design the traps not to be even possible to escape, and I might have been a couple of them like that, but they essentially just became like torture for a lot of it. They were just like torture devices. They weren't like the whole idea is that it's supposed to be you're supposed to be able to get out of it at some cost to yourself. And this one, they went back to that where like people, the traps actually you could get out of them, even though it was like very tight. I think my thing is about to cut off actually, so I won't even have the spoiler part. I'll just keep this a non-spoiler review actually. So basically, yeah, I liked it. Solid gore, which I like. I like the traps. I like the plot. I like the way it played out. Good movie. I enjoyed it 100%. So recommend it for fans of like horror, for the fans of the Saw series. In general, it's worth seeing if you're fans of any of like